Children ask difficult questions, and that's what this picture book addresses. This is What Happened to You by James Catchpole and illustrated by Karen George. Published in 2021, this book introduces us to Joe, a lively, imaginative, creative child, as he fights the crocodiles and pirates in the playground. And Joe encounters the question that he gets asked so often, not even as a question, but you've only got one leg. Now, sometimes children ask questions. Sometimes children don't want to answer. Joe doesn't want to answer the question. He's been asked it so many times before, and it's just part of his life. Joe has more exciting things to talk about. He has better stories to tell, more exciting things to imagine, and more stimulating things to play. The children start suggesting crazy ideas about what happened to his leg, and Joe does not react politely. And why should he? This is a question he gets asked over and over again. He starts to get a bit angry at the other children's responses and incredulity. And the questions are too personal. The children are asking and imagining things about Joe's own body. This is intrusive and inappropriate. And kind of rude. I love the way that Joe is centred in his own story. This picture shows so much of the loneliness and frustration he's feeling. The story then picks up with one child who accepts Joe for who he is and, rather than asking intrusive questions, joins in with him. And then all the children are joined in lively, imaginative play. The children have no limits on their play. They can engage fully in their imaginative worlds that are not centred around one person's legs. Now, when they're all friends, Joe can take control and ask whether they still need to know. But Simone says it doesn't matter anymore. And this is the happy ending, that Joe gets to just play and be one of the children, truly included. I think this book should be in every library and in every school. The story is told so simply but so clearly about respecting other people's bodies and their right to give you information. At the back, James Catchpole, the author, has given some suggestions for parents to help when a child asks embarrassing questions at top volume. I love the advice to take it away from being personal and to recognise that you don't know this person specifically. It has to be okay not to know. It's not polite to ask people you don't know personal questions. It brings it back to thinking about the disabled person as a human being and thinking about how they will feel. I love the way that Karen George's simple illustrations tell the story. They tell you what's actually happening in full colour, and then children's ideas in the single colour line drawings. It's really cleverly done, and even with such simple faces, you see so much of the story. There's so much movement and expression in these simple drawings. If you're thinking, where have you seen this art style before with these simple faces and expression? Freddie and the Fairy is probably one you will have seen. Julia Donaldson has used Karen George a number of times. The author James Catchpole has only written this book and his upcoming book, and is more involved in publishing. However, this is a personal project to him. This is his experience, and as you can see, it's a lovely picture of him with his two children, where he and his wife have more children than working legs. I'm really looking forward to Yeah, So Amazing, the next book, looking at the way people are just amazed that people with disabilities can do everything that they can. And thank you so much for listening. And you know what to do with likes and subscribes and bells. See you soon.